PTZOptics presents Back to the Basics Live. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. A high-definition broadcast on Facebook. Focusing on camera line tutorials with our Chief Screening Officer, Paul Richards, and our social media manager, Tess Protesto. Back to the Basics Live. New videos every Wednesday.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing today? This is PTZOptics Back to Basics.
We're live here every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Glad to have you here. Thanks for watching.
Today, we are doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a recap version of Back to Basics, where we go all the way back to episode 1 and, sort of point out all the highlights and really useful information for you to have. And maybe you'll want to go back and rewatch some of those episodes that you think could help you.
Yes. Briefly, this is one of those shows where we just simply answer your questions, go over a bunch of basic stuff that we consider basic, but I think a lot of people it's new to. So we like to try to kind of cover all the cool little tricks. Every week we're like, what's the new little trick thing that we can share with you guys? Upcoming shows. This Friday, Tess is going to be taking over.
I have an in-studio guest, which is going to be really exciting. We're talking all about concert streaming. It's going to be really fun. And I think what you guys might be mostly excited for is that we are giving away a free camera this Friday. So make sure, if you haven't already, head over to PTZOptics.com/giveaway so you can enter for your chance to win.
Yes, and I have a new title. Just go ahead and showing everyone below here.
Fun.
You are all possible winners. You just go to PTZOptics.com/giveaway to enter.
You can enter multiple times, so do your best on that.
Enter as many times as you'd like, and Tess will be pulling a winner Friday.
I'm excited for you guys.
So here's the giveaway, just to show everybody. Let's see if that goes over. Giveaway, PTZOpticsgiveaway.com. No, PTZOptics.com/giveaway. That's where you can kind of go ahead and check that out. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our Back to Basics recap. And it's going to start with episode 1 here, Tess. Do you remember episode 1?
Episode 1. I don't.
So
Zoom calculator.
The Zoom calculator. So as many of you may know, we have pan tilt zoom cameras.
This will be fun.
This is a camera where you can zoom in. So you can zoom right in to any of the cameras. Oh, we're already on episode 2 already, and I was going to put us in the corner here. So we're live as we're...
Okay, so episode 2 was the mounts, it looks like. I know which ones we've done, of course, but I just don't remember the order. It's crazy.
So episode 2 was mounts. So optical zoom is how much you can zoom in. Episode 2 was the mounts.
All the different mount options we have.
Installing a wall mount.
I think we covered 3 that day.
Yeah, so there's a wall mount, ceiling mount, and a pole mount / pipe mount. There's a ceiling mount there, flush to the ceiling. So we showed how all that works and the hardware that comes with it. So if you're thinking about getting a camera, that's not a bad show to watch to check out, the different mounting options. There's a ceiling mount plate there that can pipe mount to a superstructure of your building and drop down. Here's one where you were all alone, Tess. Remember that one?
Yeah, I was by myself. The IR remote control. Yeah, these come with each of our cameras, just as a standard way to set presets to, control multiple cameras.
You got your rock and roll t-shirt on?
Yeah, got my Star Wars tee
on.
Oh,
Star Wars.
That's so funny.
So if you want to learn how to use the IR remote, Tess takes you through everything. Some really useful little tips there.
Fun little flashback here.
And it's a short show, too. It was nice and easy. Episode 4 goes to the serial joystick. That's the RS-232 joystick.
Another great option we have for controlling 4 cameras. 7? 6?
7, I think, is a number I've heard.
But it's 4 friendly.
4 hot swap buttons.
Gotcha.
On there.
Friendly for 4.
Friendly for 4. 4 is a very good number. People love that number.
RS-232 control.
Yep. There's
is that the
Yeah, and there's a DB9 cable that connects to from the joystick to the first camera. It's serial control, instantaneous pan, tilt, zoom control. So we went over that. Episode 5, we went over the new IP interface. Remember
IP
that?
interface allows you to control your cameras via IP.
Yep, right over the network. And we showed, plugging the camera into the network. We showed using the new on-screen display menu functionality.
Nice.
And that was a fun episode. It's amazing how time flies. We've covered all the joysticks, many of the major functions of the cameras in the past few weeks.
And if you guys want to look back at any of these videos, I put the link in the description on YouTube, and I also put the link in the comments on Facebook of the all of these episodes.
Yeah, we've got them all in a playlist. That's the IP address settings tool. And now here, this is when we did the color matching.
Mm-hmm.
That was a popular show.
That was a good one.
I couldn't believe how many people liked watching that show. So we went through all the settings on the cameras in order to... You want to kind of explain why you do color matching?
So that all of your cameras look the same, really. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's easier said than done. It's kind of a tricky thing to accomplish, but just so it looks like the same picture and the same colors as you transition between different camera shots.
Yeah. Here's episode 7, another really popular one. This one was interesting.
This one was probably my favorite.
This was a fun one.
Where we go over the Z cams.
And this was, as we do these shows, our studio changes. And here was a show where we just added a Z-cam. And we have one here now, and we love using them.
Yeah, we just talked about it, and we realized it's kind of something that our fans and viewers were looking for, and I'm so happy we shared it with them.
So that was just 3 weeks ago. And then the next week, we decided to do the 20X Z-cam.
Yeah, the 20X Z-cam.
This one matches quite nicely with the 20X PTZOptics cameras, which are our most popular selling camera.
Goes perfectly just on a tripod.
Yeah, there it is on the tripod.
It's a serious tripod for that little camera.
I know it is. It's not like you would, that's a little overkill, I think.
Plugs right into the network.
Yep, and I think we show how it powered over the network as well.
Sweet.
There I am on my shorts.
Do you have a favorite?
A favorite camera?
A favorite episode.
Oh, favorite episode. I guess let's see how many more there are. I have to check. I think the Z-cam might be because of the response.
Yeah. I think same for me because everybody enjoyed it so much. The color matching one is up there too.
Yes. Me too.
So what so
this last one was about H.265 streaming.
Okay. Was this the one I missed?
I think so.
I don't remember this one.
Possibly. Or it might have been a secret feature of the week that I had to throw in there.
Okay, got you.
And we do the H.265 streaming to VLC, and that is it. So that gets us back to speed, everybody.
Let me know in the chat which one you thought was your favorite or most beneficial to you. I want to know which one of those was your favorite or which one that you're going to go ahead and check out in the playlist that we provided in the description on YouTube and the comments on Facebook.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've been getting a lot of questions about is, let me just fix my lower third here, is a lot of times people will chat and say exactly what they want to see on a Back to Basics episode. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there and there's something you want us to specifically cover, we like to do these videos live because then we're there with you guys and we can get those questions and answers. It's so much more fun and exciting. So if you can just tell us something that you'd like to see, we'll do it live next week. And we're very kind of open and flexible in that way.
Yeah, just let us know. We want to provide you with the information that you want. So let us know in the chat and we can do that.
High Life Media Pro. Good to see you. Glad you're here.
We're doing great too.
Doing good. It's a beautiful Wednesday. It is 80 degrees and sunny here in Philadelphia.
Perfect summer day today here in Philly, outside of Philly.
It's been like totally mild this summer.
Yeah, especially these past couple days. This past weekend was great.
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful.
Here we are just talking about life.
So, you can see here that our possible giveaway winners here are all there. Thank you guys for joining the giveaway and being a part of it. Also, we have our newest Facebook group members. So the group has been growing like crazy.
Yeah, thank you guys all if you're new here. Thank you for joining the Facebook user group. We hope that you find it helpful to you in your live streaming experience.
It's a fun place to post your latest live stream. Chad Lafarge is saying, have you had trouble using vMix to record an NDI input? No, I have not. Have you, Chad? Because technically the vMix multi-quarter, if that's what you're asking about, only works with cameras and NDI inputs. I've had trouble with RTSP, trying to get those RTSP streams in, but I've not had any trouble with NDI sources. So, and that is something, if you guys are out there wondering about the NDI cameras and what's going on with the NewTek NDI cameras and firmware updates and all of that, you can bet that the next few Back to the Basics shows are going to be covering the NDI cameras. We've been holding off a little bit because we wanted to really get that firmware just perfect. When we basically stop using SDI cabling and we're using all NDI cameras, that's going to be a major change.
It really
so
is.
I'm like a little scared because I'm so, that, you know, when you
With
create a
change
studio
comes some fear.
and you work so hard on the studio and everything's working, it's like, why change? But NDI is very, especially for people setting up new studios, is going to be really crazy. So we're definitely excited about that. Mike Lotta is saying, Giles is here, a vMix 20 beta tester. By the way, vMix 20's out. The beta, a secret beta.
Okay.
You have to get
I
it
saw
in the vMix
something
forums.
about that on the forum.
So I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet. I wish I did. Sometimes I stay away from the betas because I use vMix so much that I don't want...
Wait, it's vMix 20.
Beta.
Beta.
Yeah,
already?
We're running vMix 19, yeah.
I thought that vMix 20 was going to be like next year.
It's vMix 20 should come out at either IBC, IBC, which is November
Okay.
or September. So it actually is coming out pretty soon. But
Chad says multi-quarter is what's letting me down.
What?
Possibly too low bandwidth for NDI as the local webcam is recording just fine at the same time.
Oh, really? Okay, Chad, I will look into that for you with our NDI cameras, because we do have NDI cameras here for testing. So what, Chad, just if you don't mind me asking, what type of NDI device are you using? Is it another vMix or another TriCaster or another piece of hardware that's broadcasting NDI over your network and you're trying to bring it into vMix with a multi-quarter? Or what are you using? Are you using the new Tech Connect Spark app, or what are you using? Because I'd like to know, because I need to do some testing on that, because that is probably going to be a recommendation for a lot of our clients. Do you know what the multi-quarter is, Tess?
In vMix?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So you see at the bottom here where we've got add input, record, external stream, playlist, but this is multi-quarter one. So what multi-quarter does is it allows you to go in and select to basically record independent. Like if you hit the record button, it's just going to record the show.
Record Facebook stream or YouTube
whatever's
stream.
in your output,
Gotcha.
it'll record. But the multi-quarter, you could say, I want to record every single camera independently without any overlays or anything. And people will do that with like a big concert because they might want all that
What
footage
happens
later.
when that camera's not live, though?
It just records.
A blank screen?
No, because even if the camera's not live on the screen, the cameras are inside vMix.
And they're still on,
And they're
so
still
it's just
on.
recording whatever that camera's seeing.
So you just go into multi-quarter, you check all the cameras you want it to record, you choose whether you want MP4 or AVI, and you hit start, and they're all just constantly recording.
That's not what I thought it was. That's cool. Very cool.
And the vMix will do camera inputs and NDI inputs currently.
Nice.
But sounds like Chad's having some issues. It's a mobile phone running an NDI camera. And Chad, what specifically are you seeing there? Are you seeing some latency?
Is there a date for NDI firmware?
Is there a date for the NDI firmware?
For our
update?
firmware.
I'm hoping at the end of this month is what I'm really hoping for. I know that might be. I'm known to be the sales guy who, goes out and says something that I've actually learned not to say anything.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fall
No promises?
2017.
Okay.
I would say definitely by September. And you're going to see us using it on our live show here, Back to the Basics, the Friday shows. I would say hopefully next week.
Nice.
Because it's all working. It all looks great. The latency's great. The quality's great. So I'm very excited. We've just been a little busy and there's some little things like multicast that are getting worked out right now, and there may be some caveats to the differences between the PTZOptics NDI camera and another one. I'm just trying to get sure everything, full disclosure of how everything works. So I think we probably have another couple, 2-3 weeks till it's going to be shipping. Chad is saying Martin's beta is usually production quality. Giles is saying, so he's having fun with it. I know there's new production clocks, which are interesting. Not a huge deal, but there's some new things. I don't know if Giles, if you could chime in and tell us what's new with vMix 20, I would love to know. Chad's saying I get one frame of video and then nothing else from mobile NDI input. Other video records fine. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, because I'm glad you mentioned that, Chad, though, because we're clearly releasing NDI cameras, and I need to know. That's one of the things that needs to be tested. It's not just that it comes in and that works. You know, we need to know whether or not it will do multi-quarter as well, because that's something that... Now, here's a question, Chad. Have you tried the free multi-quarter from NewTek, and is it any different? Because that's something interesting. If it works with the NewTek multi-quarter, then maybe Martin needs to fix something on vMix.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Giles is saying, I think multi-quarter likes constant frame rate resources. The exception seems to be vMix call. Does vMix call work in a multi-quarter? Let's check. This is turning into like a vMix support session. Let's see. I'm going to add vMix call. Open the multi-quarter. No. So vMix call is not even an option for the multi-quarter. So that could be an issue. Obviously, the vMix forums are the best place to find out about something like that. Should we run the credits and go to the post-show?
Sure, why not? We're already doing post-show type stuff anyway.
Pretty much.
Thank you guys so much for joining today. If you haven't joined the Facebook user group already, go ahead and do so. We want you to be part of the conversation there in our community. It's facebook.com/groups/PTZOptics pals.
See you soon. Okay. Been an interesting show. We talked about all past 10 episodes. Tess kindly put the link below for anyone who wants to go back and reference those, because we really just kind of vaguely mentioned all the things that you can dig into further.
Yeah, definitely. It's in the Facebook comments if you want the link. If you're on Facebook, if you want it you're on YouTube, it's in the description.
And Giles said he did. I thought I saw you do a live video, Giles, on the vMix 20 beta. So I saw some stuff in there that interests me. I'm excited. As long as there's no bugs, I might give it a week or two to see if anybody
That's
says,
what I was thinking.
It's beta, it's broken. You know, so we're certainly not going to put it on our PC here.
I saw it on the forum, and they warned against downloading it on the forum.
Really?
So I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't.
Like, only put this on a PC that you know is just for testing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it is fun, and it is cool, and it's nice to be on the bleeding edge. And Chad says he'll do some more testing on other NDI sources. And thanks for giving it some time. Our pleasure. It's been a fun show. It seems like we don't have a whole lot of content to even talk about today, because it's more of a recap show. So I think we'll get back to our busy days, and thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Back to the Basics.
See you next time.
See you next time. Come on, keyboard. I know you can come back.
Today's PTZOptics felt like huddle cam.
I know. Like swapped.